Hello, and thanks in advance for watching this. My first Facebook Live. Don't know quite how it's going to work, but I'm trying to record now what happens when I try to learn languages using the Michel Thomas system that I rather like. I'll talk more about how the system works in a minute. It's probably going to be a bit wonky, and it's possible that I'll look like an idiot because I won't be very good at it, and I'm just sort of naming that in advance because, well, why not? It's true. And one of the things that gives me most confidence in that is a friend of mine who I am very fond of, and I think is very fond of me, said one of the things that she likes about me is that I'm quite happy putting out things that aren't very good, which is could be quite a backhanded compliment, but I think she meant that the trying is good. So I'm going to try, and I'm going to try to learn Arabic and German in the next 2 weeks. One of them pretty well from scratch, Arabic, and the other one I'm trying to improve because I've been to Germany and, well, actually Austria a certain amount already this year, and I'm going back later this year. So what do I want to tell you in this first thing? Well, the first thing to tell you is that I posted on Facebook my intention to do this yesterday, and I was really pleased to be put in touch with some people who are hiring as language teachers recent immigrants or refugees or asylum seekers, or I'm not quite sure, I probably got that wrong, sorry if I have. And I thought that was good, so I've made an appointment to start having conversations with someone who may be one of those things or maybe not in 2 weeks' time. So I'd better be good enough at Arabic in 2 weeks' time to have some conversations. It sounds ridiculous to think that you could do it in 2 weeks, but I don't think it is ridiculous because I believe the Michel Thomas system works quite well. I'll tell you more about it as I go along, so I'm not going to go on much now. I'll shut up quite soon. But what I've done so far is I've downloaded 2 apps onto my iPhone. They're both Michel Thomas apps. One is German, one is Arabic. And both of them start off by saying, as Michel Thomas, who is no longer with us, always said at the beginning of his work, that the responsibility for success is not mine, it's his, it's theirs. The teachers have to make it work. There's no such thing as a bad student. And they talk a certain amount at the beginning about how I mustn't worry about anything. Don't do any homework, don't do any writing whatsoever, which is a big relief, and also don't be stressed. So the structure of how it works is, having put you at ease a bit like that, the audio then gives you a few simple words, and you build on those, you find yourself making short statements, short sentences by repetition. The audio includes a couple of students who don't know anything. They're not actors, they don't know, they're learning as they go along. So the teacher asks a question like, I don't know, how do you say sandwich? How do you say, please can I have a sandwich? And then there's a pause, and you can press your pause button on your app, and you try to say to yourself, I'll probably get it wrong, mumkin sandwich, which is, I think, the way that you would say that in Arabic. And it starts off, as you can see, by using some words that we already have in our language. So Arabic uses the word sandwich, and so I can say mumkin sandwich, and it sounds like I know what I'm talking about because it's a word that's familiar. And gradually I'll be picking up more and more words. Anyway, so that's the Arabic one, which is not actually done by Michel Thomas. It's a woman and a man who I've never heard of before. But the German audio is created by Michel Thomas. And on that one, having only downloaded the app at this point and heard just the preamble and a very few starting things, he talks about how he says Guten Morgen und Willkommen. He talks about the wünschen, that we will make some progress in German, and very simple things like Guten Tag. And so I've got those. There's also on the app a little game that you can play where you get the English and you have to guess what the German or the Arabic is. Press a button and see if you're right. If you're right, you get a tick and you move on to the next one. If you're wrong, that doesn't count in your favour, it comes up again. So you're trying to get faster at recognising those words. So that's what I've done so far. But I would like to note in passing that the effect of me starting to do this has spilled over elsewhere. And my wife has downloaded another language which she learned at school. But I'm not going to go on about her, that's her business. Anyway, that's enough for now. Thanks very much for watching. If you have watched, if you haven't, you can't possibly hear me say thank you. Bye.